Hola guys, happy Saturday. I'm outside of the post office because I came home yesterday and I had a little sticker on my door that said I had a certified letter from the Dallas Police Department. Sorry, they missed me, so I needed to come pick it up. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all guys. After the car accident and all, I'm thinking the worst. Why would the Dallas police be sending me a certified letter? But I got it, and we're about to open it together. That way, if it's bad news, I can have a heart attack with you guys. So let me try and perch you guys, because I ain't driving in this car with no phone action at all. Let me perch you guys and see what the nonsense is. Okay, I think y'all might hold there. I need to roll the window down. It is so beautiful. But this newfangled car doesn't have where you can put the key to the ACC and just roll your windows down. So I'm sitting in here with the sun beating down on me and it's getting a little hot, but I'm sick to my stomach, guys. I don't want to open this. What if he said it was my fault and I'm being sued, or I don't know. I'm a little bit in pain right now. I was up till 2 in the morning cleaning out my closet and it was nothing but nerves, guys. It was nothing but nerves between phone calls from my doctor and insurance yesterday, medical insurance yesterday, and then receiving this notice. Okay, let's open it. Dallas Police Department, description of vehicle. Okay, it's mine. This letter serves as notice to the owner and or lien holder to claim the above described vehicle before the date and time of public auction. Oh, you're responsible for payment of towing, impoundment, storage, and notification charges as applicable. Okay. It's about my car at the impound lot. I did have the police department tow my car there because I knew where it would be and I knew it'd be safer there. And there's more accountability at a police lot than just some regular tow truck lot. So, okay, that's all it is. And it's already taken care of. My insurance already came, took it, estimated it. I got a payment yesterday. I got an overpayment. I guess whatever my insurance paid for the car and there was money left over. There was $4,100 left over. So that's what I'm going to use as the down payment to the car for a new car. Or a new used car, because I'm thinking of going used. I have to go used. Girl cannot afford a brand new car. Actually, that's where I'm heading next, is to Toyota. I was online yesterday and saw two adorable friggin' Corollas. I was looking for Camry. That's just because I was used to. But honestly, the Camry I ended up in 3 years ago was a fluke. I mean, I never thought I could afford a Camry. And they rolled out my little baby from the back. And it was just awesome. And my salesman worked with me amazingly, and he was able to put me in there for what I could afford to pay a month, what I was willing to and able to pay for a month, and it was amazing. So that happening again, probably not going to happen. But there were two Corollas that I really, really like, but I'm not just going to run in there and say, let me test drive it. I have a car buying experience under my belt, so I know the first things first. I'm walking in, I'm saying, look, I don't want to be here all day. Here's my financial information, run my credit, tell me what I qualify for, tell me what you guys will finance, and then show me vehicles. It doesn't matter that I'm coming in here with my eyes wide open with this beautiful red little sporty Corolla with good mileage. It doesn't matter. Let me know what I qualify for, what I can get myself into, what you guys will work with me with, and then we'll look. But I'm not going to be there all day long. I'm going to have them run my info, and then I'm heading over to the grocery store because my big dude is off tonight. Finally, he's off on a Saturday, and I have been craving chiles rellenos, and he's never had them. So I'm going to make chiles rellenos, chicken chiles rellenos with salsa verde. Just been craving them. I got to get home in time to make some beans. It's only 10:30 right now. I'm not supposed to be at the dealership till 12:30 because I didn't want to wake up early on a Saturday, and then I ended up waking up early anyway because my shoulder was kind of like pinching at me. But yeah, we'll talk some more about the whole shoulder and everything once I get home, because I do have some thrifty business, which also kind of inspired me to do some closet cleaning yesterday. It was more nerves than anything that had me awake cleaning. This fits super tight on my Monster. Stain. This one was hard for me because me and Melinda had bought the same exact shirt a week apart from each other, and we thought it was hysterical. She always called me her twin, and it was because of situations like this. We were so much alike that I decided to let it go because she'd be mad if I held on to it. I don't know what possessed me to start this. It's almost 1 in the morning. I'm exhausted. My back is hurting. My shoulder's starting to get a little angry at me. I was just gonna do a little bit, and I ended up doing the whole friggin' closet. Well, not the whole closet, just the clothes. Because looky there, I ain't even done the shoes. They were all put together, organized, and I stopped midway through clothes and decided, you know what, there's some shoes in here that I probably am never going to wear, and I ended up creating this chaos, so that is definitely going to be for another day. But on another note, look, I got all my clothing, well, my tops, these are just my shirts, back in color coordination. I have whites, black and white, grays from dark to light to pattern, greens, and then here I have my salmons and peaches, and then it turns into pinks. Why does this not look pink? It is pink. Then it turns into pink and pink pattern, and then morphs into red and red pattern, and then I have all my blues. I'm trying to stay dark and then mush into light in the turquoise, and then I have tan, khaki, melding, is that a word? Melding, whatever, blending into yellow, into purples. Then back here, I couldn't tell if this was blue or purple, but now that I look at it, it looks blue. And then here is my black pattern, and then at the very, very back is just solid black. But at least that's done. I love to look at my closet and it's all rainbowed. You know what I mean? So this disaster is what's left. A lot of this is dresses that somehow ended up here. I need to take downstairs. And then I have way more of these than I should have. These are cover-ups for swimsuits. You know, you just throw them over. Or like the little fakey kimonos, you know, these little thin wraparound robe kind of things. I use them for cover-ups to hide all my hail damage on my thighs when I go to the water park. But there are some things like my poncho that need to go downstairs. There's some dresses in there that need to go downstairs. Look at the plethora of these cover-ups. And then there are a few things in here that I need to try on because I don't remember if I liked the way it fit or not. And then I just have hangers to put away. I don't know what I want to do with this, guys. It is so stinking cute. I remember when I found it. I don't want to get rid of it. And it fits better now that I've lost some weight. I don't know what to do with it. But let me tell y'all. Y'all see this right here? This is the reason I was inspired also to go in my closet, because I'm bringing in way more clothing than I'm taking out. So yes, this is a haul coming somewhere in this video. Here are all the shirts that I'm getting rid of. All of that. So I'm going to fold them nice because I'm OCD like that, and then put them in a trash bag, and these are going to Goodwill tomorrow or the nearest thrift that I can find. But I do have a thrifty haul. They had another 50% off clothing sale, guys. So we'll get into some stuff today. But right now I'm going to turn this car on and head over to Toyota. It's earlier than I'm supposed to be there. But if they want to sell a car, they'll see me. So maybe I'll show you guys the Crown. They have the Crown, that car that I went gaga over, on the dealership floor if they let me film. But see you soon. So I am finally home. It is 6 o'clock. And I am going to make dinner here in a little bit. All I've had is a bag of pretzels and half of a Coke. My poor baby. My big dude, my medium dude over there, I just got him Whataburger because, one, he was starving. Two, I ain't gonna eat this. What are we making? Let's see. We're making chiles rellenos. Okay, chiles rellenos with chicken. I was gonna get the fresh chicken from the meat market, but the line was forever long. So I just got these little cheapy packs of legs. I'm gonna skin them, boil them with some onion. That's gonna be part of our filling. I'm gonna stuff them with cheese and chicken. Now, I normally would have shredded my cheese and all that, but I didn't expect to be at the dealership as long as I was. So I'm gonna do it a little fast. I got the queso blend and then the quesadilla because you want cheesy, gooey, melty goodness. You're gonna need eggs. You're gonna need your chiles. You're gonna get these little chiles. Avocado, and I do the avocado on top of the rice. I got some Spanish rice, so little dude will eat that, and then I'll separate him some chicken. Probably make him a chicken taco or a chicken burrito. These are serrano peppers. This is cilantro, and these are tomatillos. No, what is a tomatillo? It's kind of a green tomato with a coat on. But this is for the salsa. I don't cook my chiles in the salsa. I just make it on the side and pour it on top. But all of these green ingredients, okay, well, this and some onion. Focus. All of these green ingredients are for the salsa. So I'm actually going to put the chicken on right now, just have that cooking, and I think I'm going to go ahead and char these and go ahead and start boiling the water for the salsa. I do rinse out my chicken. Some people do, some people don't. There is no judgment here. The only sad thing, sucky thing about all this is I gotta bleach out my sink after. So I'm just gonna rinse it off and pull off the skin, and we're gonna dump it in a boiling pot of water. It's a little early-ish for dinner. Well, no, by the time I'm done with prep, it'll be dinner time. But I'm gonna peel the skin off and give it a second rinse, and we'll be good. So I got in my onions, just a little bit of onions. I'm going to drop in my chicken legs. Drop in these piernas. Word of the day. Pierna means leg. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to sprinkle in some adobo, but you can sprinkle in any spices you want. If you want to use just salt and pepper. If you want to add comino and garlic salt or onion salt instead of the onion, whatever. I just like to season the water. If you want to use bouillon, just a little bit of bouillon, but this is just going to give it a kick. I'm actually going to stew it, not stew it. I don't know how you say guisar in English. I'm going to pull the skin off the bones, and oh my gosh, this cat. I'm going to, out of my kitchen, you know the rules, out of my kitchen. Anywho, I'm going to season it in a skillet with a little bit of judging up before I stuff the peppers. So there's the leftovers. This makes me so nauseous, guys. Cutting into chicken, cutting at the bone, cutting at the joint, peeling skin off makes me nauseous. That's another reason I don't like bone with chicken. But now I gotta bleach out my sink because I need to wash my vegetables. So now we wash our veggies. And these have little grooves, so you want to be sure to get all up in there, because you're actually going to be eating. I mean, we're going to char and peel the skin off, but still, you want to make sure you got all the nooks and crannies cleaned out. I mean, if you ever look at one of these chiles up close, they never look dirty. But you don't know whose hands have been on it. You don't know where they've been. Okay? So, just going to rinse off all of our veggies. Your tomatillos are next. You peel off the little cascara, the little husk. See? Now, people swear up and down they're not green tomatoes. And I suppose, look at that dirt. I suppose they don't taste like green tomatoes. They're a little bitter if you eat them raw. But, they're gonna wash them all off. These got little grooves and pits and nooks and crannies too. Now sometimes these can be sticky. I don't know what that's about. When you pull off the little husk, it can be sticky. I'm going to wash my serranos. I'm going to only use, I think I might use one. I don't like a lot of heat in my salsa, honestly. I just like the fresh, bright green of a green salsa. And serranos are hot. So I'm going to wash these. And maybe I'll only use the biggest one. I don't know. I don't know. Next is the cilantro, and you just wash its hair. Okay, just wash its hair. Scrub-a-dub. Scrubby-dubby. Okay. So that's all ready for the salsa of it all. Now you can wait for the water to boil if you want to. I don't. Because you're going to cook it for about, once the boiling starts, you're going to cook it for about 25 minutes. And you're going to see that your tomatoes, your tomatillos are going to change color. They're going to go from this green to kind of a gross browny green. But I'm going to do 3 tomatillos. I'm going to boil all the chiles just in case I use them all. Take the colita off. You don't have to. I just do. It's just habit. You know what? No, I'm only going to do 2. Because if I do 3, I might be tempted and I'm going to hurt myself. So that's all we're going to do there. The cilantro we don't put in until the end when we fry it in the skillet. Where we cook it a little. And a little bit of salt. And that's it. Some people put bouillon in it. But we'll talk about that later. I don't. I don't use that polvo, that powder. I just do a little bit of salt. But that's that. Very clean. Very basic, very yum. Now on to charring these peppers. Man, it's bright in here. What is happening? It's either orange or bright. But anywho, I thought I better charge you guys a little bit before we commence with the food of it all. But I was trying to figure where I left you guys off. I told you I was going to catch you up on something when I was at the post office. Y'all know what the post office, y'all know what the letter was about. I was going to, the doctor things. Okay, so did I tell y'all already? No, I told my son. Okay, so the physician I saw that referred me out to a neurosurgeon and an endo called me and said, we're going to set up your appointment for your neuro. And I set up my appointment for this Wednesday. And then just to see what my out-of-pocket was going to be, what my copay was going to be, I called them and found out that that physician is not in network with my insurance. So nothing would be covered. So I'm like, great. So I spent like an hour on the phone with them trying to find an in-network neurosurgeon. And I found them. But by the time we got all that settled and I tried to catch up with my queues at work and everything, which I finally did. I finally caught up. I didn't have enough time to call the 2 of the 3 that I wanted to call. So I have to do that Monday. I need to... Thankfully, with my insurance, I don't need a referral, but I do need to see if they're taking new patients, if they have room for me, when I can be seen. That's for the neurosurgeon. The endo, they hadn't gotten any information on any endo referrals, so because I know that the doctor who's referring me is not looking for in-network, I'm going to go ahead and look for an endo myself that's in-network and set up that appointment, but that's where we are there. I am definitely still in pain. I'm just pushing through it. I'm taking my meds like I'm supposed to. That heating pad is a friggin' awesome thing to have. With my symptoms, I get a little confused. My hand isn't working right. You should have seen my signatures, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm like, this is embarrassing. And then I kept having to like twitch my neck, and I'm like, please, it's not y'all. It's not like y'all are working my nerves or anything, because I kept having to do this to pop my neck. And they're like, at one point, the sales guy, he was like, oh my gosh, I thought I was upsetting you. I said, no, it's just, I'm just getting stiff. I got there at 10:30, guys. I didn't leave until 4:30. But they were very accommodating, very, very nice. Do you need to put your feet up? Do you need to lean back? We can get you another chair. You can put your feet up and lean back. Just very accommodating, very sweet. Because I didn't want to tell them, because I didn't want to be that lady, but they could tell like something's up with this chick. And then a couple times I had to explain to them, my writing looks like crap right now because my right hand is affected. You know, I didn't want to be that lady, but I didn't want them to think I'm friggin' something's off with me, you know. Oh my gosh, and let me tell you all about the muddled head when he's asking me about my income, when he's asking me about stuff like that. I was getting the numbers backwards. I remember this. I remember all of that befuddlement when my discs first jacked up. I'm like, there they are. There's the high symptoms. But yeah, but they're really, really cool. So, I got the car. I wasn't going to get the car. I told myself I'm not going to get the car. It is $100 over what I'm used to spending. But with interest rates the way they are, even with my credit, I have really good credit, guys. They were so impressed by my credit score. But it's just still expensive. And the car I wanted, I could have gone with an older model car. I don't have a problem with that, but most of those had horrible mileage on them. They were in bad condition. They smelled bad. People had been smoking in them. And I'm very particular about what I'm going to get. If I'm going to pay for something, I want it to be safe. I don't want it to have been run to death. So they not only looked on their lot, they looked at other Toyota lots to see if there was anything that could accommodate my set car note, because I wanted to stay paying what I was paying for my Camry. And I had an amazing deal with amazing interest rates on my Camry. That was a whole fluke. That Camry was a fluke from the get-go. And at first, the salesman even said, I didn't believe you. When you first said over the phone yesterday, the deal you had gotten and how much you were paying on the Camry 3 years ago, he goes, I didn't believe you until we pulled everything. And yeah, you got an amazing deal. I said, I know. I've been trying to tell you. It was a whole fluke thing. The fact that I drove out with way more car than I thought I could afford was amazing, but it didn't work out that way. Now, they did work out. Honestly, they worked out my car payment to almost $200 less than it was going to be. And this is because I would not settle on my tire and wheel package. I will not settle on my Gap. That Gap came in handy. Oh, and I'm getting a reimbursement from Gap. My insurance paid off all my car, and I had $4,000 left over to use towards the down. And then I found out that the Gap, because I didn't use it and because I stopped the policy before the term, I'm supposed to get like $2,000 back from Gap. So that's going to be a nice little cushion for a car payment. Like I said, it's $100 more than I was used to paying, but I can swing it. Y'all know I spend more than that crap a month on probably fast food and thrifting. So I can swing it. It's just I didn't want to get out of my comfort zone. But the car itself is in really great shape. One owner, no damage to it, no wrecks. We did the Carfax and everything. It has damage on it now. You guys, I know. Let me just show y'all what I'm talking about. So it does have this spot here. This is road tar, but it does have this spot here. And you guys, I kid you not, when we test drove it at 11 o'clock, that was not there. So we're thinking something happened when they got into the road tar. But they're going to fix it because I said that's the only way I would buy it. I take it in Monday. They give me a free rental. They touch up that. And then another little spot we found. We found another little spot. They're going to touch up anything that needs touching up as part of my deal. But this is her. I keep seeing her, and little dude says it looks like a boy. So I guess it'll be a boy. But I like the sporty wheels. It is an SE, just like my Camry was. But it's red, and I had been wanting a red car for years and years and years. It's already dusty, poor baby. But there he is. So that was very disheartening. That almost made me not want it at all. We could not believe that it had happened like that. Oh, and when I tell you guys, everybody was test driving this car. I was there from 10:30 to 4:30. Right before they pushed sold around 4 o'clock, there were 5 people test driving that sucker. Okay, so one of those sorry test drivers did that to it, but because it is a Toyota certified vehicle, they're going to fix it. And I said, they were going to put it as just used. They were going to have to take it off certified. And I'm like, if you all keep it as a certified and I get the certified coverage, okay, like certified coverage cars get, and you fix that paint chip, I'll take the car. So they are. So I take it back Monday. Did I already tell y'all in the snippet? I can't remember. But they're going to fix the damage for free as part of the deal. But I can't believe I finally got my red car. I have been wanting a red car for the longest time. And it's so much smaller than my Camry, but it is a comfortable ride. It's an SE like my Camry was, so I'm familiar with the feel of it, the way it feels on the road. It's just a little small, and I have a sunroof. Okay, I never had a sunroof before in my life, but I'm still nervous. I'm still scared of driving. I'm nervous about the extra 100 on the car note, but everything is working out okay right now. Thankfully, I did have money down from my insurance, and I am going to get that buffer from Gap. The paint damage is going to get fixed. And it's a nice car. Little dude loved it. My big dude hasn't seen it. He's still asleep. He's off today, but he's still on the same sleep pattern, or else it throws him off. So I can't wait for him to see it. So now we're a 2 Corolla family because he has a Corolla too. But let me get back downstairs, and if I can think of anything else that I haven't updated y'all on, and let's get out of this bright. Looks like there's an aura over me. Oh. So let me get back downstairs, see if the comal, the griddle, is hot enough for the chiles, and we shall proceed with the chile of it all. Ooh, it smells so good down here. I'm just prepping. Like I said, I'm gonna let the chicken boil and prep. I'm gonna wait to actually stuff the tomatillo and the chiles till Big Dude gets up. But you see what I'm saying about the color changing? You see how bright green it was, and the color it turns like this muddy greeny brown. So I'm actually gonna hike the heat up a little more to get that to a rolling boil back there. But that's gonna cook. We're gonna put it in the blender, blend the snot out of it, and then I'm going to sofreír it, fry it, if that makes sense. And let the chicken do its thing. I gotta clean off this foam. I don't like the vavitas. I don't like that foam. So I gotta clean that. I have the comal on, and I do believe it's hot enough for these chiles. So let's get that started. So the chiles will go on the comal. And right away, if it's hot enough, you're gonna hear them popping and snapping like popcorn. Now I could have done this with the chiles and the tomatillos as well, but since I'm actually going to cook with the salsa and I'm going to fry it in the skillet, I didn't want to do that extra. So I'm just boiling those. But yeah, you get a whole different flavor when you roast the tomatillos and the chile. You really do. But it's still all going to be good. So I cleaned off the foam from the chicky. And they're pretty much... they're getting done. And the salsita back there is doing okay. So we're getting there. So I think I'm gonna put these bad boys in the bag. And by that I mean, in your plastic bag. And that's gonna help them continue to steam. Then I'm gonna put the last 2 on here. See, I'll put them in a plastic baggie. And they continue to steam, and that helps it get soft, and then you can peel them. Okay, so I already dropped in my cilantro. Now you're gonna dump all your stuff, all your veggies. I'm gonna go ahead and do 1 whole serrano. I kind of hate to have wasted that second one, but I don't want it to burn too bad. And then just a little bit of the water that you cook the veggies in. Just enough to cover all your veggies, okay? I'm going to put in some of my poblano in it. Since I'm doing poblano. We put in some sal, and this is where you start tasting it, okay? See if it's spicy enough. See if you want to drop in that other chile, okay? Smells delicious. Oh, that is a spicy sauce. Okay, so we're gonna leave that here until I cook it up. So the chiles are split open and de-seeded. I am about to do the batter. I'm going to use 4 eggs. We're going to separate because the batter needs to have egg whites, and then you fold in your yellows. And then we are going to dunk the chile in seasoned flour, and all I did was season the flour like I did my chicken with my adobo, because I like this stuff. You can season it however you want, but that's how I seasoned it. The chicken is in the skillet,
The chicken is in the skillet waiting for the stuffing of it all. So let's get to prepping this batter. Now y'all know I find all kinds of little kitchen gadgets that I could separate these eggs with, but I'm gonna go old school and separate with the fingers, okay? And then you put aside your egg yolks because you're gonna need them. Beating these egg whites until they make soft little peaks on high, and I'll do it 3 to 4 minutes. Okay, and then you look to see when you have these little fluffy peaks that stick to your beaters, you are ready to put in the egg yolks. Now you take your Rocky Balboa egg yolks, you drop them in there. That's what it reminded me of when Rocky drinks them egg yolks for breakfast. And you're just gonna fold them in. So you just mix it all up in there, fold it all up in there. Because this is what we're gonna dunk, dip our chiles in. So here's the third one, and I'm gonna have plenty of chicken left for tacos later, or chilaquiles later. Well, we can talk about that on another video. But yeah, just make sure all your nooks and crannies are nice and stuffed. The more stuffing, the better. But like I said, you don't want to overstuff because then you're going to end up with a mess in your skillet, or your peppers are going to open, which sucks. So make sure all the nooks and crannies are set. Now we're gonna seal these bad boys up. Toothpicks, okay? We're gonna act like little seamstresses, okay? Get as much of your innards in there as you can, and then you just want to seal end to end, okay? So yeah, we're just gonna seal them. Try and overlap so your stuffing has a good chance of staying in. 3 or 4 depending on how big a chile you're using. Okay? It is time consuming, just all kinds of little steps for the prep, but it's so good. It's one of my favorite things to eat in the summer, which is weird because it heats up your whole dang house with the grease and all, but it's just the freshness of the peppers and stuff. Okay, we're gonna pray for the best, okay? So now what you do is you're gonna dunk your pepper, your seasoned flour, okay? Don't stabby yourself. Then you put it in your batter. You use the colita, you use the little tail, and you're gonna, or not, you're gonna roll it in that batter, okay? Now here comes the fun part. It wasn't hot enough, darn it. Okay, you're gonna set it in there until it browns, and you're gonna flip it over. And I'll show you guys that in a little bit once this heats up some, because I don't want my phone to get splattered. So what you can do to help it along is pour the hot oil over the batter on top, and that's just gonna start helping it brown, because you just want a nice brown coating. Okay, you want it nice and toasty. Now, what I gotta do now while that's cooking is I have the oil on the back burner going for the salsa. Gonna move over here, and we're gonna fry our salsa. Fry salsa, Mel? Really? Yes, we're gonna fry our salsa. And all we do is drop in this green lusciousness into some oil, and we're gonna let it cook for about 5 minutes. Okay, gonna let that fry up. Gonna let it bubble and do its thing. Now we're going to see how this here pepper's doing. You're going to flip it. Okay. Let the other side start getting all battery and good. And this takes practice because you want to make sure that all your insides are nice and cooked and all your cheese is melted. So it might take you a couple times to get this right. Heck, I've been making these for years and I still mess up. But yeah, you definitely want to get all your batter cooked and coated. And then you have your chiles rellenos. And you can do this with just cheese. You can do it with beef or pork. You can do it with seafood. Seafood ones are so good. Y'all know me. Y'all know I love me some seafood. But yeah, this is what you do. And once you know your batter's nice and set, if you want, you can tip over and get these little white bits right here. Now, if you have a deep fryer, you can deep fry. I've never deep fried them before. Well, now when you start messing around trying to get all sides coated, just be careful because you don't want your chile to break open and all your goodies to come out. So I'm just tilting to try and get that batter nice and fried. Okay, you do that until you're done with all of them. Last one, and I'm just getting my hands up in here. So we got to make sure it's coated. Okay. So this is the last one. My salsa is cooked down. Now, usually the traditional way is you pour the salsa in the skillet. You put the chiles back in, pour the salsa in, and let them simmer in there for a while. I don't like that because it makes my my little crust soggy. But this one has quite the bite, so I'm just gonna let the my oldest put on how he wants it because it's super spicy. I did season it with salt. I did go in ahead and put a little bit of the caldo de pollo in it, the bouillon, just to give it that little familiar kick, that little familiar flavor, because it is kicking. It's hot.
Good morning, guys. It is Sunday. I was so exhausted yesterday that I didn't end the video the way I wanted to. Everything turned out okay. Big Dude really liked the peppers. Now, you gotta be a really pepper fan to enjoy a chile relleno. Because even I, as much as I like them, towards the end, I end up just taking all the stuffing out and eating the stuffing with the rice, which is what he ended up doing. But he really liked the flavor of it. So it was a good experience. Now, when I was coming back, you know, when I was going back to edit, I realized I forgot to peel the peppers, guys. I had put them in a little bag to steam them, just to take the skins off, and I don't know, by the time I realized I hadn't peeled them, I had already started stuffing them. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go and unpeel them. But it turned out okay. You don't have to peel them if you don't want to. All it does is help the flour adhere better to the chile, but you saw that the flour stuck to it pretty well. Or if you don't like the especially charred taste of the pepper, which was okay in this case because I didn't get big char spots, so it worked out just fine. But it's up to you guys after you take them out of the little plastic bag. That's the whole point of putting them in the plastic bag, to steam, so you can just peel the skin off. I forgot to do it, but they were good. They turned out well, and the whole house, usually when I fry things, smells like grease, which makes me nauseous and I can't stand it, but I kid y'all not. The house right now smells like a delicious Mexican restaurant. Still this morning, it smells really good. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by a very, very large squirrely outside on the tree. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Look at that flickery, flickery tail. How cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry, I was distracted. I'm surprised I even saw it, considering I don't even have my glasses on. And your girl can't see but 10 inches in her face without her glasses on. But anywho, yeah, I didn't just want to end the video all abruptly. And I had wanted to end the video with the thrift haul, but I was so tired. And then I was like, because if I do that, this video is going to run super, super long. And y'all are stinking awesome to hang out with me in these longer videos, as they tend to get longer and longer. But I didn't want to push it with y'all and y'all be like, you talk too much. Okay, you're going on and on. So we'll do the thrift haul when I get home. We are going to head out today. Little dude wants to go to Black Friday, and I have to go do mommy grocery shopping and stuff like that. So we're going to head out here soon. It is beautiful outside. If I knew I wouldn't end up burning in pain, I swear I'd hit the flea market. But I'm not pushing my body like that. I'm slowly learning that I'm too stubborn and it's not good for me. But anywho, blah, blah, blah. I need to hush because we are going to end up into a 2-hour video if I don't stop. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and tell y'all that the chiles came out pretty good. Big dude liked them. The salsa was not my best as far as consistency. It was a little thin for me, but it's still delicious. It was still good. Very clean, very bright. It was still good. And I'm actually going to make chilaquiles for lunch. If I get home early enough, I'm going to make chilaquiles for a late lunch or early dinner with the leftover chicken. We're going to do some corn tortillas. I still have the green salsa. It's kind of like a brunch thing, but we'll see. We'll see what kind of attitude my body has when I get back. But, yeah, I just wanted to come on and say thank y'all for watching and for hanging out with me. And until my next go around, I cannot not tell y'all that I love y'all bunches.